despite your forecasting it really windy today, it isn't at all. And if you look at that, it looks like I've escaped most of the rain as well. So I'm going to go and spread one last field with fertiliser. It's a field of wheat that isn't that good. We have stitched into it, but I'm going to put a little bit of a dose on and see how it does. You don't normally see this in the air because normally I'm in the cab or I'm filling it up. But it's massive, isn't it? The other thing as well, I think it's 7 or 8 years old, and the veins, they're still like new. I remember having one machine once and used to wear them out. I'm out with a fert spreader, but I just thought I'd come and see him planting spuds. So flat lift in there, so basically rip it to about 18 inches so that they can pull enough soil up into rows. Bill's over there bed tiller in it, which is like a big rotavator that's smashing the lumps up. The heat takes out the tractor, can't you? And Gordon's stone separator breaking the clods up. And then Joe, might be a bit windy, he's over there now, out to fill his planter up with seed and start planting. I might come back later on anyway and get some close-ups when I've got a muffle for my microphone. This field here, I'm actually debating whether to just rip it up and drill it with someone else. Where it's good, it's okay. Where it's bad, there's nothing left. I mean, the far end here must be 4 or 5 acres that has basically been underwater since September, and there's nothing on it. So obviously I'm not going to put any fertiliser on it. But this end of the field now, I could probably turn it off actually. Yeah, that end of the field, I could probably might sow some buckwheat on it for seed maybe. This though, it's just so bare. Would a poor crop of winter wheat pay better than a late crop of spring barley? If you look here, the water has only just gone, I think. And we definitely sow this bottom area with something else. But the question is the rest of the field. What do we do? There's probably about 5 acres at the bottom. I think I'll just rip up and sow with buckwheat. Last 2 bags going in now. These will be on that grass where my dad got stuck with the rollers last year and waiting for it to be dry enough to even think about going near. I just hope it is now. Anyway, I'll put this in and go and try. Apart from the wet headland where nothing grows, the OSR is slowly starting to flower all over the field now. The bits that the pigeons had held back are starting to come. Still a bit patchy though. Hopefully I'm not going to make too much mess on this grass. You can see some ruts in it where 4-wheel drives have been illegally driving over it in the winter. We'll put a bit of this on, and then it really wants good rolling as well. It's so late to be doing all this. It should have been done a good few weeks ago. Wind's just starting to get up now as well, so good job it is my last tank full. This is the windiest bit of the field. It's quite a high point. Over there though, you're behind trees and it starts to get a bit more sheltered. This is where my dad got stuck with the rollers the other year. I had to tow him out with a 936 and that nearly got stuck. Just wonder whether it's worth rolling it, and any bits that won't roll out just come in with a quad track and just like ironing it out like a rolling pin. When you look at that sky there, you know, they say like butter wouldn't melt in someone's mouth. Well, that sky's doing that. It looks absolutely stunning. But this field is still quite wet and boggy on this bottom headland. And everyone else seems to be getting rain today. I think Andrew Ward said he knew something like 40 mil of rain. It's even windy in the yard now, so I've given up with that for the day. I'm just going to go and move some soil now from one end of a field to another. Now it's finally drying off with the Merlot because there's a bit of a hollow in a field and there's some spare soil It's going to be where one of the dog fields are. That sky, look at it now. Now it might be cold today, but I drove past this field this morning and I couldn't see them lines in it. You can't really on my phone, but that is actually, these lines are barley coming up, which is good. In fact, I'll jump out and I'll show you, but it is a little bit windy. Hopefully you can't hear the wind, but can you see the green stripes now? So that's barley coming up, which I'm pleased about. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago when I had the quad track on this field and ripped it up to dry out, and it's obviously the one that had the massive flood on it. So we'll go over there and see what's going on with that drain. So there's the drain, still flowing, maybe half to a third rate, which is better because it was full bore. Now the council came yesterday, they got their camera down that one. Then they said they went 4 or 5 metres and it was full of tree roots heading in that direction, and in that way they couldn't get down it at all. That's where we dug down it in the past and pulled the roots out. So it is obviously completely blocked. So the only sort of solution is cut all these trees out and dig that pipe up and replace it, or start again in the field, put another big pipe right the way along away from the tree roots so that it's got a little bit of longevity. But the annoying thing is like when it rains and the water comes over the top, it's in the field, you know, we're losing field space for doing that maybe. But it's a lot drier than 2 weeks ago when me and John were here with the mini digger one Monday. So what, 13 days ago, trying to chase this water out these hollows. We drilled half the field. Well, we didn't, we drilled 3/4 of the field, and we came back and drilled this other quarter this week. So that's why nothing's showing here yet. Still, it was a bit lumpy and a bit sticky when we drilled it. I mean, look at this. Some of them clods are pretty big, half the size of my foot. But as you go further over into the field, it's probably going to get a bit windier as we go. But if we go across, we've got, like I said, this is still the last quarter sown, about here, after that wet patch. Oh, in fact, yeah, you can see it this way, but it might be windy if I turn the camera. See, it's coming up here now. This is about the line that we drilled to there somewhere, and all that was done at a later date. But looks healthy. It's got plenty of fertiliser underneath it, so hopefully it'll just romp away and it'll look totally different in a couple of days. Oh, train update. The Ukraine train. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't think it'll be Ukraine. It'll be up. It's freezing. The sun's warm, but it's freezing. Look at that sky now. Oh, there's the Lime Street, Liverpool to Houston train. Just in case there's any train spotters watching. Yeah, from this direction you can hardly see any green. Turn round. And you can when you get the sun behind it. Anyway, I'm going to move some of that soil there to the hollow in the field over there. Where is it? There. Yeah, this soil was something we took out of this boggy gateway. There's a hollow over there, so I'm just going to go down the edge of the fence line so I don't put ruts in the field. There's water been laid here for the last however how long, so hopefully now it's dry enough to dry on. It's dry enough to drive on, and I can fill this hollow in where the fence can't quite touch the floor. You see, probably see better here. It's like a gap in the fence because the ground dips down. A bit of rubbish blown off the railway as well. So you can probably see better there. You kind of put the bucket on the floor, you'll see the dip That's levelled off as best I can. It's still a bit damp underneath. I'm just trying to scoop up now these bits of branches that were trimmed off when the fences did it. But I've kind of pushed them and they just don't want to go in the bucket, just rolling along. They're like too light to go in the bucket, but then so tangled together you can't grab them by hand. I don't know what to do. I'm going to come back with the bale spike and try and scoop it through perhaps. I think I've poked my eyes out, but I've got most of it in the bucket. Hopefully it'll make it out of the field. I was springing out, it's like a burst mattress. It's like, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's like a washing line somehow. It's not brittle at all, you can't smash it up. There you go. It's like a bird's nest. Or a wiring loom on a Lexion 460 before they invented CAN bus. I swear that's grown in the hour I've been up here messing. Last job of the day before heading to the airport is load up some horse bedding. Charlotte's horse, which is obviously chopped OSR straw, goes through the chipper. Because the bags go all floppy, the easiest thing is put the forks just in front and slide the bags on by hand and then lift them up. So 6 I think to go on the trailer. You forget just how handy it is having extra reach on a telehandler. You can load this trailer from the far end with ease. Birthday bumpers on the spray today. We got Stephanie Tobin's 38. She may have been on yesterday, I can't remember. Gavin Fetters is 44. Phil Wall's on there. Tara Lunn, aka Prickly Bum. Don't know whether it rhymes or what. Ian Othick is 29 and Gavin Miller is 72. Happy birthday everyone on today's birthday bumper and anyone else whose birthday is today. Look at that sky now, absolutely amazing. Anyway, it's good weather for flying. So no steak tonight because I'm jumping on a plane. Shooting over to Dublin, do some filming tomorrow, which apparently they've written this for Lucky Day competitions, and they've written a storyboard and not a script as such, but what they want to film. So it's probably going to be quite funny. And we'll try and check something out as well while we're over there. Interesting. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.